The markets over the past year, what do they teach you? Well, here's the thing. The NASDAQ is up 25%. If you bought the NASDAQ and nothing else, you'd be up by a quarter. Now, normally I have the NASDAQ and 3 times leverage ETF on the NASDAQ. Don't do leverage. This is not something which you'll be familiar with. It's not something you should do. I happen to do it. Why? Except for this year, where around February, once the tariff stuff started happening, I got out on the basis that there would, what I call a daddy bear, could be steeper falls. Indeed, the risk is there wouldn't be steeper falls, there weren't steeper falls, and you end up buying back more expensive later. That's the insurance premium you pay for getting out as opposed to staying in. Fine. So I wouldn't make that 75% 3 times 25. It would be less because there was a period of gains which I didn't benefit from. That's fine. That's the insurance premium I was happy to pay for fear that the falls could have been significant. And if it was 25% to the downside, then guess what? I would have been down significantly. That's why leverage is risky. But also because I know, contrary to what other people believe, that I don't have a crystal ball. So what are the 4 things the markets can ever do? 1, they can just go up and up and up. That's the thing that retail clients think they always do. No, they don't always do that. Then there's 3 others which make you unhappy. So they only do what you want 25% of the time. The 3 other things they do is go sideways. There, you can see it there. Or they go up and then they go all the way back down. So that makes you fed up. You don't like sideways, you get bored. They go up and they go down. You either panic or get bored. Panic and boredom are the 2 reasons you lose most money. And the 3rd reason you lose most money is they fall. So you panic. Only in one of those 4 occasions when they're going up are they doing what you want them to do, which is why most of the time, logically, you should just be sitting on your hands. That's what you should be doing. Unless, as I said earlier this year, I took out an insurance policy. It cost me the cost of insurance. That's fine. Because when you're looking at those kind of numbers and those kind of returns, guess what? It's worth paying a little bit of insurance when you've got a big, precious house to protect. If you'd like more insight, subscribe to this channel. If you want to know from a hedge fund manager exactly how investing really works, then, as I said, subscribe and like and follow and share as well. And email me, alpeshpatel.com/links.